If you clicked on this video, you most likely did see the title, and yes, I am building Iron Man in college. I'm a sophomore engineering student at my current university, and for the last 16 years, I've dreamt of being here and becoming an engineer ever since I saw the first Iron Man movie when I was around the age of 5. I always loved to build things, and I always had a fascination in how different systems worked. And now that I know a thing or two more on all that, I feel that I'm finally ready to make my dream come true. So far, I've been able to print out almost all of the parts for the upper body, including the chest, back, shoulder pads, arms and repulsors, and the helmet. So I started this project back up last summer and began with the hams, and then at the start of last semester, I printed out the entire helmet. And after weeks of doing the sanding job of my life on this thing, I finally got it pretty much fabricated. But I am going to go back and do a bit more work on the helmet itself, just due to some little imperfections that are bothering me. After midterms last semester, I knew that the end of the year was approaching rapidly. So, I needed to shift gears in order to reach my goal, which was to have the entire upper armor fabricated, which I successfully, mostly, achieved. I had to cut 3D models of the chest and back pieces into parts when I printed them in order to fit them onto the printer. So once they came out, I welded the parts together with the soldering iron. I then sanded all of those parts down with a power sander, and in case you're wondering, I was mostly using an 80 grit sandpaper on it. I needed to sand the sides and smaller and harder to reach areas by hand, but it doesn't take as long when you only need to sand down smaller areas like those. I used some filler putty to fill in open gaps left over from when I soldered some of the parts together, and then I sanded some more and then moved on to priming all of the parts. And then some more sanding and putty, and then more priming. This time I used white primer though. This all brings us to the current point. I taped together most of the chest and back parts, but I still have a lot more work to do on all of this. But in the meantime, I need to finish printing out the rest of the parts for the armor, including some parts for the arms, the torso, and the legs. I also need to reprint some failed parts from the back that didn't finish properly, but it's no big deal. In conclusion for this video, I wanted to make this to announce the project and publicly document my journey. I'm really excited to share the progress of my work in the coming weeks and months, but keep on the lookout for some weekly shorts and videos giving anywhere from minimal shorts showcasing some more sanding or whatever else, to extensive updates on the armor and where I'm at with it. My current goal is to have everything done by April. I say done hesitantly because, like the real Iron Man, I don't believe it's ever complete. Once this is all fabricated, I want to continue to upgrade it throughout the year by adding new electronic functions, use the 3D printed molds to convert the armor to sheet metal or some sort of tougher material. And perhaps once I feel I've reached the end with the Mark III, I want to build even more armors with further advancements. I hope you all enjoyed this announcement, and I look forward to sharing this endeavor with everyone and seeing where this project and this channel go. Until the next one, God bless. And then at the start...